Engaging. Have you ever picked up a pistol that felt like a secret bargain? Something that shouldn't exist at its price but somehow does, and wondered, how on earth did they make this for under $300? Today I'm going to tell you about one of those rare surprises, the Tizas PX9 Gen 3 Duty. I took this gun out to the range, put roughly 400 rounds through it, and came away with a mix of disbelief and respect. If you're after an honest, no-fluff breakdown of what the PX9 is, how it shoots, and whether it's a sensible buy for someone who wants a reliable everyday pistol without selling a kidney, this is the video for you. Stick around. By the end, I'll give you my candid read. Who should buy one, who should probably skip it, and how to get the most out of the platform if you decide to own one. Let me start with first impressions, because they matter. You pick up the PX9, and the thing that hits you immediately is the fit and finish. For a sub-$300 pistol, the slide-to-frame fit is impressively tight. The machining around the slide cuts and sights looks like someone actually cared, and the grip geometry feels very deliberate, not slapped together. The PX9 comes with a 4-inch threaded barrel, a fiber optic front sight paired with a blacked-out rear, and an optics-ready cut on the slide. It ships with 2 magazines, which is a small but meaningful detail when you're trying to get into shooting without adding accessories right away. The controls fall where you expect them to. The slide serrations give you good purchase, and the replaceable back straps make it surprisingly adjustable for different hands. A lot of inexpensive pistols try to be everything and end up being nothing. The PX9, at least in hand, looks like the designers had a clear idea: make a practical, shootable pistol and give it a few premium touches. On the range, the PX9 surprised me even more. I ran a mixed diet of 115 and 124 grain 9mm through it, and the pistol cycled everything without complaint during our 400-round session. That's not to say it's a miracle worker. Longevity and long-term corrosion resistance are open questions until someone shoots tens of thousands of rounds. But for break-in reliability, it performed at the top of expectations for its class. The trigger is the headline here. For a gun at this price point, the PX9's trigger is shockingly good. A clean break, a predictable wall, and a reset that lets you run rapid follow-ups. It has the pre-cock striker feel of higher-end Turkish pistols, and a reset that makes strings feel purposeful instead of sloppy. If you've shot polymer striker-fired guns for a while, you'll notice right away that the PX9's trigger rewards decent technique. You can move from precision strings to fast, bloody finger drills without the gun feeling inconsistent. Ergonomics are where this pistol really comes to life. The PX9's grip angle and texture are comfortable and aggressive in the right places. Not a sandpaper job that eats your hands, but enough texture to ensure positive purchase even when your hands are sweaty. The finger groove on the front strap is subtle, but helps you index quickly and consistently. Back straps allow you to tune the feel. I ran it with the mid-size back strap, and it fit my hand like it was built for me. The controls, slide release, magazine release, and safety fall naturally under the thumb and trigger finger. If you're a thumb-riding reloader kind of shooter, like me, you'll appreciate how the slide stop interacts under heavy hands. It doesn't lock back obnoxiously early, but it also gives you a tactile indicator when the last round is out. Sight picture with the fiber optic front and the blacked-out rear is fast in daylight, which is exactly the point for a carry or duty-style pistol. Now let's talk durability and construction. At this price point, there are compromises, and Tizas made some smart ones. The frame is polymer with reinforced rails. The slide is steel with good machining. There are likely to be MIM, metal injection molded parts inside, which is how many manufacturers keep costs down while maintaining function. That doesn't automatically mean the gun will fall apart. It just means you should be realistic about expectations. Keep it clean, lubricated, and don't be surprised if you eventually replace a small part that wears out. That part will probably be inexpensive. The finish on the slide and barrel is serviceable. If you're planning heavy, salty coast duty, you might want to be cautious and keep an eye on corrosion over time. For most users, regular maintenance and a little TLC will keep this pistol running for years. Handling and recoil management are pleasantly instructive. The PX9 is relatively soft shooting shooting for its class, thanks to a thoughtful slide mass and an overall ergonomics package that tames muzzle flip. It isn't a soft shooting target pistol by any measure, but even with full power 124 grain ammo, follow-up shots were controllable and fast. The gun balances toward the middle of your hand rather than nose-heavy or tail-heavy, so pointing is natural. If you like to shoot fast strings and trust your sight tracking, the PX9 rewards that input with accurate hits. The 4-inch barrel gives you a sight radius that helps with precision out to practical defensive distances. This isn't a competition gun, but it's plenty capable of holding small groups at 25 yards when fed good ammo. Let's talk accessories, because the PX9 pulls a few surprises here too. The slide is optics ready, and while the factory included optics plates can be finicky depending on what red dot you mount, the option is there straight from the box. That's huge for a buyer who wants to set up a modern carry or range gun without dropping hundreds more on a slide cut. The threaded barrel is a premium touch in this price segment. If you run a suppressor or just want the option for a compensator down the line, the PX9 has that forward compatibility. The frame has an accessory rail for lights or lasers. None of these things are novel by themselves, but bundled together on a sub-300 platform, they make the pistol a versatile baseline that you can build on. One of the questions I always get asked is, how does it compare to the bigger name pistols? In feel and ergonomics, I found the PX9 to be more akin to contemporary ergonomic designs, like the VP9, more than a straight Glock clone. The grip angle, backstrap feel, and trigger characteristics gave me VP9 vibes. Not a carbon copy, but a stylistic nod. That's not accidental. Many modern Turkish designs take inspiration from the ergonomics that shooters responded to, and Tisas did a smart job implementing those lessons without inflating the price. Reliability in our session matched the more established budget players. Accuracy and trigger feel exceeded what I'd expect at that cost. Where you'll fall short compared to the best factory guns is in long-term polish and parts longevity, and in the ecosystem, holsters, spare parts, and aftermarket slides are not as plentiful as they are for the Glock family, for example. So if you need the widest possible aftermarket support day one, that's a factor. If you want a gun that performs right out of the box and costs a fraction of premium models, the PX9 answers that call. No gun is perfect, and the PX9 has a few caveats worth calling out. First, holster compatibility is a real thing to consider. Because it's not a Glock, and because variants crop up regionally, holster options are more limited. If you plan to carry it concealed daily, budget time and money for a custom or semi-custom holster. Second, long-term finish and small part durability remain open questions until more people put tens of thousands of rounds through theirs. In our testing, the gun showed no concerning signs, but the difference between initial reliability and a 10-year ownership picture can be significant. Keep up with maintenance and be prepared to replace minor parts if you run the gun hard. Third, availability varies by region. Finding one in some markets may be a treasure hunt, in others it's easier. If you're buying sight unseen online, factor in shipping, transfer fees, and local warranty support realities. So who is this pistol for? If you're new to shooting and want a modern, ergonomic, capable 9mm without bleeding your bank account dry, the PX9 is a seriously sensible choice. If you're a budget-conscious shooter who wants a host of modern features, threaded barrel, optics-ready slide, good trigger, 2 mags included, and you're willing to accept a bit of uncertainty about long-term parts, this pistol is a strong contender. If you need a duty-grade, decades-long parts backup ecosystem with immediate accessories in every aisle, you may prefer a more mainstream platform. For me, the PX9 strikes a great balance. It's an honest, well-built pistol for the price. Not a miracle, but a damn good value. Before I wrap up, a few quick practical tips if you pick one up. Break it in with a mix of factory ammunition, run at least a couple hundred rounds to settle the springs and parts, and then return to your favorite defensive loads. Change the default grip backstrap until you find your ideal fit. It makes a world of difference. Buy an aftermarket holster made for the PX9 or a well-reviewed universal holster that lists compatibility. Don't gamble with cheap pocket carry if you plan daily use. And finally, if you plan to mount a red dot, test-fit optics plates and consider going with a high-quality dot rather than the cheapest option. The gun is surprisingly tolerant to good optics, and the combination is excellent. Alright, here's the bottom line. I did not expect to walk away from a $300 pistol as impressed as I was with the Thesis PX9 Gen 3 Duty. The ergonomics, trigger, and feature set make it a standout value. It's not perfect, and realistic buyers need to understand trade-offs around long-term durability and aftermarket support, but if you want a modern, capable, and fun-to-shoot 9mm that won't make you cry at checkout, this one deserves your attention. So tell me, would you trust a $300 pistol on your hip? Would you rather spend more for brand name peace of mind, or test the waters with something like the PX9 and invest the savings in training and ammo? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Smash that subscribe button if you want more hands-on, honest gun reviews, and hit the bell so you don't miss the next test where we torture test budget guns side by side. Thanks for watching. Now go pick a safe spot, dry fire a few reps, and I'll catch you at the range.